Let's go to page 216. This is lesson 5-2. The objective of this lesson is to simplify expressions using the exponent 0 and negative integral exponents. Okay. So over here the rule is if you have a to the 0 power is equal to 1. So again, when you have any base other than 0, okay, when you have raised to 0 exponent means it's 1. And when you have negative exponent means it's reciprocal, so this is equal to 1 over a to the n. So again, negative exponent means reciprocal. Just flip it over. Now let's go over some example. So example 1a, you got 10 to the negative 2 power. So this is equal to, so negative exponent means it's reciprocal, so you flip it over, so it'd be 10 to the 2, and so this is equal to 1 over 100. Okay, now 1b, you have negative 3c to the negative 2 power. Now you have to be careful with this one, because exponent is only for what is immediately before it. So the exponent negative 2 is only for the c, not for the negative 3. So leave the negative 3 alone. So negative 3 stays. This gets flipped to the bottom. Okay? And that's it for B. Okay, and okay, let's go to C. So 1C, you have 2 to the negative 1 power, A to the 0, B to the negative 3. So you do one part at a time. So 2 to the negative 1 power means this gets flipped over to the bottom. A to the 0 power is 1. B to the negative 3 power, again, it gets flipped over to the bottom, so it'll be B to the 3. Okay, and that's it for the C. Okay, now 1D, okay, you got 3x to the negative 2 power. Okay, now again, exponent is for what is immediately before it. So the immediate before the exponent is a parenthesis. So this is for the parentheses. That means everything in the parentheses get flipped over. So first, that's going to apply the negative exponent. So this is 1 over 3x squared. Right? Negative exponent means you flip it over. Then after that, you can go and apply the square. So 3 squared is 9. X squared be x squared. Okay? And that's it for example 1. Okay. Now let's go to example 2. So all the rules that you learned from before, from the previous lesson applies. So on page 217, example 2a, you have 10 to the negative 2 times by 10 to the negative 3. So when you have multiplication, you apply the product rule. So product rule means you have to add the exponents. So this becomes negative 5. Right? When you multiply, you add the exponents. And now you can apply the negative exponents. So it's reciprocal, so flip it over, you get 10 to the 5. And this will equal to 1 over, so to the 5 power means it's going to get 5 zeros. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 2b. You have negative 3 times 5 to the negative 1 to the negative 2 power. So since there are a lot of negative exponents, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply this to each one of these. Okay? So apply this to everything. So you're going to get negative 3 to the negative 2 power, and this becomes 5 to the 2 power. Negative 1 times negative 2 give you positive 2. So I'm going to just distribute first. Okay, next, I'm going to apply negative exponent. So this one get flipped to the bottom. Okay. And then after that, I can evaluate. So you can do one step at a time. So you get 25 on the top, negative squared is positive, 3 squared is 9. Okay. Now another way to do this problem is instead of distribute, you can do the flipping first. So there are many ways you can do the exponent type of problem. So this one you can do the flipping first, so it'll be negative 3. So this get flipped to the bottom. Okay. Negative 1 power, it get flipped to the bottom. Okay. Then after that, you can apply or you can do the flipping. So you can use a negative power to flip. So it becomes 5 over negative 3 squared. So you can do that, or you can distribute. So you can, there are many paths you can do, you can solve the problem. And so this becomes 25 over negative squared is 9, positive, and 3 squared is 9. So either way, you can do the same thing. Okay, so there are many ways you can do this kind of problem. Okay, for problem 2C, 3 to the 0, x to the negative 3, y. So 2x to the negative 1, y to the negative 2. Now, with the parenthesis with a negative exponent, I kind of prefer distribute first. I kind of prefer this method. Now, the one without the parentheses is much more straightforward. You can just go and apply. Okay, so 3 to the 0 power is 1. So you just go down each item. Okay, so this one is the negative exponent, so this one get flipped to the bottom. Okay, this one stay, and this one stay. This one get flipped to the top, and this one get flipped to the top. Okay, so you can do all the flipping first, and now we can worry about simplifying. Okay, so this one, so you got 1 over 2. So you don't have to write a 1. Okay, so don't just write coefficient of 1. So write a number, so 1 over 2. The alphabet, you got x and x cubed, so you're going to get x squared. Right, just go down the alphabet, that way you don't miss anything. And you got y and y squared give you y cubed. Okay, and that's it. Okay, let's go to example 3. Okay, example 3a, you have 2 over 3 to the negative 3 power. Okay, so you can do it many different ways. Okay, you can distribute first, or you can do the flipping. Okay, so this one you can distribute. You can make it into 2 to the negative 3 power, 3 to the negative 3 power, and then after you can do the flipping. So this get flipped to the bottom, this get flipped to the top. Okay, and then after you can multiply, so you get 27 over 8. Okay. Or you can, so this one you distribute first, or you can do it this way. Okay, there are many ways you can do the exponent problem. So you can do the flipping first. You can apply the negative to this, so it becomes 3 over 2 to the 3 power. So you can use a negative exponent to flip it over. Then after that, you go ahead and work it out. So you're going to get 27. 3 cubed is 27. 2 to the 3 power is 8. So you can see for this one is a little bit faster. Okay? So you can do either method. So whichever you feel more comfortable with. Okay? Okay, so 3b, we got 2x to the negative 2. Okay, you got 5y 3 to the negative 1 power. Okay. So again, you can do either method. You can do the flipping first, or you can apply. Okay. So this one, if you distribute, you're going to get 2 to the negative 1 power x. So this becomes x to 2. And this one becomes 5 to the negative 1 power. This becomes y to the negative 3 power, right? Again, distribute, 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 distribute. Then after you can do the flipping. So this gets flipped to the bottom. This one stay. This gets flipped to the top. And this one gets flipped to the top. And so that's it. Okay. Now another way of doing it, so instead of distribute, a different way is it's going to use a negative to flip it over. Okay, so this becomes 5y cubed 2x to the negative 2 to the 1 power. So use the negative exponent to flip it, the fraction over. Then since anything to 1 power is just by itself, right? So this one you can just ignore that because 1 power doesn't do anything. So now you can flip this to the top. So again, so this one will stay, this one will stay, this one will stay. This get flipped to the top. Okay. And if you kind of write it in the correct order, they should be the same answer. Okay, okay, so same. Okay, let's go to example 4. Okay, it says write without using the fraction. So A is 3 over 10,000. Okay. Okay, so first you need to write this in the exponential form. So this be 3 over, so this is 10 to the 4th power. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So it be 3 to the 4th power. and now we're going to flip it over, no fraction, right? So you need to move this up. So to move this up, you have to change the sign of the exponent. So this becomes 3 times 10 to the negative 4. Okay. Okay, so again, when you switch side, the exponent sign, the sign of the exponent will change. Now let's do 4b. Okay, you got 5x squared, you got y z to the 3. Okay, so again, no fraction, so you have to move everything up. So this one, the 5x squared is already fine. So when you move this up, becomes y to the negative 1. When you move this up, becomes z to the negative 3. And you can check, right? So this one you can check. So if you move this back, you get that. This you move down, you get that. Okay. So again, when you take in a reciprocal, the exponent will change sign. Okay. So if it's positive, when you move over, it becomes negative. If it's negative, when you flip it, it will become positive.